Hi, everybody. I hope you guys are doing so well this morning. Really liked doing yesterday's impromptu reading. So, again, I felt called to do a little bit of a read. I think this one's going to just be for the collective. So, again, I have no clue what we want to talk about, but let's just figure that out together. I kind of want to draw 5 cards. So, let's just get a good feel into this. How about you guys take a couple deep breaths? I will get very centered and we can begin. Okay, let's get 5. Okay, 1. Ooh, love that. Ooh. Ah. Haha. Okay. So we're breaking out of a mold is the first thing that I seem to be picking up on. With the Magician right next to the Fool, there's something about this being 10, okay? So it's completing some cycle that has to do with a manifestation. I don't know, I think that you guys are manifesting a new beginning. For some of you, it could very much be a move. I see the idea of a move with the Fool, the Tower, and the 3 of Wands coming. This is very interesting to have 4 major arcana cards come out right off the bat, including this charity card, which is unique to this deck. I love to see that. So I feel like this Tower, I want to get a little bit more information about that, and we're going to use a different deck entirely. I feel like this Tower, it's a big deal, but we're not getting, negative emotions or anxieties or insecurities about the Tower because it's very, very useful. And I'm hearing alchemical. I'm hearing because look what lies on the other side. So this charity card, if you guys haven't seen this Nordic deck before, it's even more favorable than the World card. It comes after it. It's kind of like you have your cake and eat it too. That's how I interpret this charity card. There's also a little bit of magic involved with it too. I feel like this Tower card is described by a waterfall with effortless. Do you see that? That's a very good description of the energy that I seem to be picking up on. The Tower not being something chaotic, nasty, or scary, but something very useful. Because I feel like this Tower is falling down effortlessly, or the transition that I see that is upon us is going to be effortless. I'm just hearing, don't pent up too much. Don't keep too much anxiety or insecurities or fear underneath the surface, because we don't want to create, forgive the metaphor, a pimple, right? We don't want to do that. I'm just hearing that it's unnecessary. So what we seem to want to talk about is this manifestation that's coming in. As a result of you guys really embracing this concept of newness and kind of like nothingness. To go from the Fool to the Tower is huge. We're going from 0 to, what is this, 16? And yeah, 16. That's a lot of steps. So that's why I feel like sometimes as tarot readers, we can be very exaggerative and put things out of proportion, and I'm so guilty of this. But this would be a very good example of where we should talk about something in hyperbole, because we're going from the Fool to the Tower. It's a very big difference. It's a huge transformation. This is the energy of, it could be as big as leaving the country. But again, that's not going to obviously apply to everyone. Not many people are just going to be randomly leaving the country for, I don't really quite know yet what, but we can figure that out. It might be a job, it might be love, it could be anything. But that's the energy of what I see between the Fool and the Tower. Something that you guys have been manifesting, it's going to change your life in a very big way. We have charity on the other side of this Tower, clarified by waterfall and effortless. So I feel like your spirit guides are letting me know that they're helping smooth out this transition. While it might seem very chaotic at times, while it might seem like you're going to be a little bit all over the place, what you're doing is you're getting free. You're becoming free, and I feel like that's freedom or independence or self-autonomy, something about more control, not in a negative sense, just having more leeway, is at the heart of this manifestation. Something that you guys really strongly desire. I feel like for a long time, for the past couple of readings, I've been talking about us stepping into our personal power. This gives me, you understand that, message received, and now we're doing something as a result. or something is happening as a result. We shifted major energy. Again, I don't mean to repeat myself too much, but the Fool to the Tower is a big transformation. It talks about magic, and I was hearing alchemical. All this lightning is very favorable. I adore lightning for many reasons. I'm just trying to give you guys a little bit of an insight to the read that I'm picking up on right now, because these flashes of insight, you might even get multiple opportunities. That's why we have this described by the Charity card again. So it feels like a 180. That's how big this shift is. To go from scarcity to plenty is how this feels. The Fool leaves with nothing on his back, just that little knapsack right there. Maybe a little sandwich. I'm hearing a breakfast sandwich for some reason. And then coming into Charity, which is where you have so much that you can give without ever, being concerned, or at least be in a completely different space where you feel like this Three of Wands, which is very free. There's this concept of expansion with this as well. This is really beautiful. The Tower with effortless. Again, I think that the message is, don't fear this transformation or transition. Don't fear that. I think you guys are building a lot of confidence with the ability to manifest or manipulate your reality. There's something about that, though, where I just heard playing with fire. Okay? Oh, God. Spirit is showing me some stupid times in my youth, me making a very stupid decision about playing with fire, where I am not suggesting this. I'm actually saying don't do this. But you can take a little bit of hand sanitizer, and light it on fire. And you have to be careful, it's very, very dangerous. I think what they're trying to tell me, though, is that you can play with fire. You just have to be cautious. And they're focusing the emphasis on caution. So I think what they're trying to illustrate here is that don't be afraid of creating something from nothing. Don't be afraid of, your ability to manipulate energy, or at least the ability to change your mindset, to bring your vibration to a place where alchemical moments can happen and your spirit guides really can communicate with you to help you change your lot in life. Because that's what I see us doing. We're going from the Fool to the Charity. That's a complete transformation. Again, this is 22. It goes past 21, going from 0 to 21. I feel like the Magician here should be pulled off to the side. Because again, we're not going from 1 to 0, which would be a backwards. I'm not seeing it that way. I see them drawing emphasis on you stepping into your power as a magician. So you owning your personal power, you coming on to the idea that, oh God, I really am an eternal being. I'm having a human experience right now. What do I want? The Magician says focus, and I feel like you've gotten clarity and you've made up your mind about what you want, and as a result, all this is shifting into place. I think for a while, we didn't really know what we wanted. We didn't have a very clear idea, but now that we do, and we've learned a lot about power of manifestation, about concepts about spirituality, like your soul having a human experience. Everything that you've been doing has built up for this. So don't feel like that you have to fear what is coming into existence. They're really trying to illustrate to not fear what's coming into existence, even though sometimes, so they're showing me a bunch of rubble. Sometimes you have to climb over uncomfortable bits to get to, the clear pasture on the other side. But just because you're walking over rubble doesn't mean that clear pasture doesn't already exist over there. Sometimes we have to, just put on a different pair of shoes, put on a different outlook or perspective in order to get through that kind of bumpy period, which I see. But it's underscored again by the concept of it being a smooth transition, effortless. You're being divinely guided throughout this process right now, and it's really bringing you to what you desire, which I feel like it's freedom. I really feel like it's freedom for you guys. Yeah, cool. I don't even know, because I don't really do these types of readings. I don't know if I want to go further. You know what? Let's ask for some advice. I think I channeled a lot of that already, but let's go ahead and ask for some advice. Something that could be very helpful throughout this transformation. It's literally the concept of, generosity, of charity, of grace, some divine hand coming in which fuels you and it gets you to where you want it to be. It's they're showing me this concept of they're showing this concept of a seed and already the sunflower. I hope this makes sense, right? It's like you guys are skipping the period where the seed is underground and putting down roots before it comes to the surface, shows a little bit of a seed leaf, grows beyond that, takes a long time to get established, many months pass for it to grow, produce the seed head, and open. They're showing me what is on the table was going from a seed to already a sunflower. That's what I see going on right here. So, Spirit, is there some advice? Is there some advice? Let's draw 3. I'm hearing 3. 1. Yeah. A huge change in destiny, in your fate. This is also a fated event moving through. I didn't recognize that. I saw that there were many major arcana cards, but that talks about fated events. Big changes in your life that were designed before you incarnated. So there's the message here about don't be afraid. I feel like you guys have been communicating with your spiritual spirit guides, but I'm getting the concept of ancestors right now. All these butterflies. I feel like there's something you really wanted to experience in this lifetime. And for other lifetimes, for some reason, it just didn't happen. Just something wasn't right. And I just feel like everyone is so excited watching you from the other side of the veil make this happen. Because I get a very strong concept of magic here. It's a very cool card to see these women, but they could just be people with these lines in between them talking about flows of energy, the power of 3. So I literally feel like you guys could have 2 spirit guides or 2 ancestors on the other side or across the veil who have been working with you and who you've been communicating with, as evidenced by these butterflies and dragonflies who've been helping you. So they do hear you. They really do hear you. I feel like you guys have actually been having communication with them in a new way, where it feels very clear. Oh, sorry about that. Car going by was a purple truck. Purple, emphasis on the third eye, and which is what I was talking about, was I feel like your communication, your spiritual language is evolving and improving such that you're having more clarity and like confirmations while you communicate with your spiritual team, guides. I get a strong emphasis on ancestors though. They're helping you with this. Let's get this. High Priestess. Oh my God. That's literally what I was getting. The emphasis on the third eye, the emphasis on psychic ability. We now have 2 major arcana cards. Again, let's get this final one. 4 of Pentacles. You're going to reach stability. Perhaps just hold on to finances right now throughout this transition. I see the increase of stability and you wanting to get grounded in your body as well. Being grounded right now is your advice. It's your biggest advice from Spirit. I feel like these cards right here are confirmations of what I was channeling. They hear you in very clear communication. And I feel like, you fear a little bit how things are going to change so dramatically. But again, the emphasis, I feel like I'm not doing the best job explaining this. Don't be afraid of making magic happen. Spirit is showing me a text from a friend that was not too long ago. And she was like, she said something like magic is scary is basically what she was showing me, what they're showing me. And I feel like you guys a little bit are afraid of how big this could be. But don't be, because you're meant to learn how to do that in this incarnation. You're meant to learn how to really manifest gigantic success because you could teach other people. I get a concept of someone teaching other people how to do what you guys are learning how to do right now. So what they want you to do is to remain in the body. So feed yourself very well right now. Listen to your body. Make sure you're getting plenty of rest. Make sure you're feeding yourself. Make sure you're exercising as well. Sometimes the emphasis on the body isn't about rest, but moving it enough. So make sure you guys are going on walks. That message is coming through as well, because we want you to be grounded throughout this. Because if you're grounded, you're going to be able to take things as they come. And you can take them in bite-sized pieces is what's going on. I feel like sometimes you guys really get up in the head on the upper chakras where things are totally intangible and it feels like you're trying to juggle 60 things or 60 puzzle pieces at once. That feels overwhelming and impossible. What Spirit is showing me is that if you get grounded, so really make sure you're doing things to be grounded, that's going to provide these little tidbits that come in, these puzzle pieces. You're going to take them one by one and be able to like put them down and put them down and put them down instead of trying to juggle them all at once. I hope this is making sense, you guys. So I really feel like this was the end of the reading. This was the main message that really did need to come out. You're going to feel so joyful, so happy about this. There is the emphasis on real happiness for this manifestation coming in. If you guys are really resonating with this reading, I would just say keep your mind where it is, which seems to be at a very high vibration, and have faith. I am also hearing to give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for doing so. Thank you guys for spending a little bit of your time with me. Let me know if you like this style. Don't worry, I'm going to still do pick a card readings. I just feel like I could be more useful if I made more videos more frequently. So again, thank you for spending your time with me. If you've made it this far, please give this video a big thumbs up. And of course, I do book private clients. You can find that information down below. And I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are in the world. And until next time, stay divine.